My name is Timhimse Isaac from Kampala International University, main branch, Kampala. So I want to take you through this question, which states that discuss the hierarchy of courts and their jurisdiction in the legal system of Uganda. Which states that discuss the hierarchy of courts and their jurisdictions in the legal system of Uganda. As a student, what comes into mind when you get such question? What are the key words that we need to define based on this question? And do you understand me when I talk of the key words? These are paramount words or vital words. When they are picked from the question remains meaningless. It does not give out any sense of reasoning. You get? So, if these words are picked out from the sentence, the whole story or the whole sentence becomes nothing. So, some of the keywords that we have in this hierarchy of courts. After the hierarchy itself, then the court, jurisdiction. Yeah. These are some of our keywords that we need to first look onto before going further. Are we together? So, when I talk of the court, the court, this is a forum used to adjudicate the disputes in the society. In other words, you can call it a body. It's a body used to adjudicate also the disputes within a family. Then we also need to talk about the hierarchy itself. We need to talk about the hierarchy. This one is self-explanatory. Hierarchy. When you talk of the hierarchy, I don't know if you guys still remember the ascending and descending order. So I want you to borrow that idea of ascending and descending order, attach it here. But as far as this question is concerned, we shall definitely more especially rely on ascending order because we are starting from the highest up to the bottom. Then jurisdiction. We also need to talk about jurisdiction. Jurisdiction, you can stroke it with power. So, definitely the question is calling us to give the hierarchy of courts and their powers within Uganda. So, what's the power, or what's the composition, rather the jurisdiction for the Supreme Court? Are we all together? Oh, what is the power for the hierarchy? Sorry, for the Court of Appeal. Each court has got its own jurisdiction and composition, as we are yet to see. Straight away from the Supreme Court up to the local council courts and the military courts and so on. Okay? Alright, so straight away, let's go to Supreme Court. Supreme Court, which is created under Article 130 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as amended, and then we go through the question. In Uganda, we have different courts, and each court is assigned with its composition and jurisdiction. When you look onto Article 129 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as amended, it stipulates or it indicates the court systems. Article 129 stipulates for the court systems. As we are going to see, different courts have been established in Uganda under the legal system. Some of those courts we have Supreme Court, we have Court of Appeal, we have Constitutional Court, we have High Court, we have Magistrates Court, we also have the local council courts, and the military courts, and so on and so on. So, if you are to get your constitution of the 1995, if you are to get the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Supreme Court is stipulated under Article 130. This one, it is stipulated under Article 134. This one, specifically, High Court, it is Article 138. Then Magistrates Court, it is section. Now this time you are talking about the sections, not articles. When you are dealing with Constitution, Constitution deals with articles and clauses and at times paragraphs. When it comes to Magistrates Court Act, there we deal with sections and subsections. This time around, we are talking about section 161 of the Magistrates Act. Okay? So, when you come back here on the Supreme, what do I mean? Supreme Court, it is the highest resort or the highest court in Uganda. It receives the appeals from the High Court. When the aggrieved party is not satisfied with the resolutions from the Court of Appeal, it therefore appeals to the Supreme Court, which is the highest resort. And so, the judge here in Supreme Court shall borrow a leaf on how the judgment was made from the Court of Appeal, and it shall give him or her an idea on how to judge the case. After borrowing that idea or that doctrine on how the case was judged, then he shall make his or her own judgment based on his own understanding. In spite of the fact that Supreme Court is the highest court, any decision from the Supreme Court shall be bound court. Be it Court of Appeal, Constitutional, High Court, and the rest shall go by that decision. There shall be no court that shall go against the decisions made from the Supreme Court, since it is the highest court in Uganda. Are we together? And you should mark this, that the Supreme Court is headed by the Chief Justice. Furthermore, this is what you should also understand about the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has unlimited cases. It receives both civil and criminal cases. Are we all together? Are you understanding? Alright, then that's good. And furthermore, you should understand that as far as Supreme Court is concerned, the Chief Justice in his office shall be having other justices that he or she shall be working with. And they should be of an odd number. Why odd number? It simplifies, or it makes the work easy for the Chief Justice to resolve the case. Are we all together? Now, the mere fact that the justices should be of an odd number, this is the way how it simplifies the duty or the obligation for the Chief Justice. If they happen to be of even number, there shall be some controversy between the justices, and it shall now give a hard time for the Chief Justice to make the resolution. But if it is odd number, the Chief Justice shall go by the majority as is prescribed by the law. Are we all together? Now, let's talk about the Court of Appeal as it is stipulated under Article 134. Court of Appeal is headed by the Deputy Chief Justice, and in his court, still Deputy Chief Justice works with other justices as well. And so, if it so happens and the Deputy Chief Justice fails to perform his duty or by any reason is absent in his office, idea from Article 142, Clause 2 of the 1995 Constitution of Uganda as amended, whereby the President shall take his initiative to appoint the active member or the senior active member from the court and make him the judge, the Deputy Chief Justice. Are we together? It only happens if the principal, the Deputy Chief Justice, if by any reason fails to do what? To perform. And in his office still, he shall be with other justices who shall not be lesser than 5 of them. Court of Appeal, you should mark it right that it receives the appeals from the High Court, and it receives both criminal and civil cases. Are we all together? Yeah. When we talk about the Constitutional Court, Constitutional Court is quite different from the Court of Appeal. In most cases, it shares the same traits with Court of Appeal. It only becomes Constitutional Court when the judges sit together and talk about on how they can easily resolve or make the reforms of the Constitution. But the rest of the traits are the same. And I would empower you to go and read more. Go make research about this. Court of Appeal, as it is stipulated under Article 138 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as amended, it receives the appeals from the magistrates court. It is headed by the principal judge. Still here, I would empower you to go make more research. I'm not going to go into deep details, but still I would empower you to go and make research about the High Court and see the compositions and its jurisdictions. So, when I talk about the Magistrates Court is headed by the Chief Magistrate, as it is stipulated under section 161 of the Magistrates Act. Okay? When you talk of Magistrates Act, it is also subdivided in this way. It has Chief Magistrate, we have Chief Magistrate Grade 1, Magistrate Grade 1, Magistrate Grade 2. Now, here, Chief Magistrate falls under the Magistrates Court. And basically here, Magistrates Court, Grade 1, is always a qualified lawyer, a real qualified lawyer. Then this one, Magistrate Grade 2, even holder can head Magistrate Grade 2. There are some punishments that these courts do give out. They can handle offenses of different types, but under Magistrates Court, it is not supposed to give a punishment of life imprisonment or death. And its punishment should not go beyond 3 years. Okay? Basically, after looking all toward these steps of courts, you can also go on and talk about the local council courts, which I believe they no longer exist. But when you are dealing with such question, you should indicate them. But now, they are very vital when you are asked to present such question. As I was beginning, I began by Supreme Court being the highest resort in Uganda. But you, as a Ugandan or as a human being, when you are appealing to the courts of law, you don't start from the Supreme Court, my friend. No. You don't start from the Supreme Court. You start from the lowest, going upwards. There's no way how one day, one time you wake up and go to the Supreme Court to appeal a case maybe of safety. Your case shall be dismissed and you will be penalized by paying the fine. You understand? What I have forgotten about the Supreme Court is that this one, it is specifically for presidential elections. When he is petitioning for him, he does not go on to this court. He goes directly to the Supreme Court. Are we all together? So, ladies and gentlemen, I would implore you to go and make more research about the hierarchy of court and their jurisdictions. If it is, I have just given you the summary of hierarchy of courts, but for you should go and read in details. Are we all together? And that's the case where necessary. Cases are very paramount when it comes to this question. Therefore, I will implore you, go make research. As of now, I rest my case and I wish you the best.